Hello and Namaste. Welcome to Indic Atman. As part of the Indian Vedanta series, we have covered Introduction to Vedas and Tattva Bodha in previous videos, and today we will start our journey with the Upanishads. Our topic for today is Mandukya Upanishad. The Mandukya Upanishad is the shortest Upanishad with just 12 shlokas or verses. It focuses on the connection and merging of the manifest and unmanifest forms of the universe. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. In the Mandukya Upanishad, the manifest or the material form of God is described as being in the realm of sound. This sound is Om is Brahman. This is the manifest form of God. Om is the word which sounds and vibrates to create the universe. The Greek philosophers knew this sound and they called it the harmony of spheres. The modern scientists call it the Big Bang. The Mandukya Upanishad explores this mystical sound and guides our minds to contemplate the whole universe as one's own individual body arising from one source. Just as we do not consider different parts of our bodies as separate from us but connected to one single being, the same way we are all part of the one universal cosmic body. There is nothing in this universe that is not part of the cosmic person. Anything that moves is a cosmic movement. Your breath is the cosmic vital force. Your intelligence is the cosmic intelligence. Your happiness is the cosmic bliss. You, the individual, is the part of the whole. Every Upanishad has a Mahavakya, the grand saying, and the Mahavakya for Mandukya Upanishad is Ayam Atma Brahma. Atman is Brahman. Ultimately, all Upanishads teach us the same truth. The highest peak of Mount Everest is only one, but the mountaineers may choose different paths to reach that peak. Each of them will have their own journeys, but when they reach the peak, it is the same. Similarly, different Upanishads may explain the truth in different ways, but the highest truth remains the same. Let us now explore the mystical cosmic sound of Om. The Upanishad says the sound Om has Chatuspat, the 4 quarters. The first 3 quarters are A, U, and M. These should not be seen as alphabets but rather the sound they create, A, U, and Ma. The first quarter relates to Vishwa and Virat. The second relates to Taijasa and Hiranyagarbha. The third relates to Pragya and Ishvara. And the fourth quarter is the highest peak. It is the silence that follows the sound of Om. It relates to the Atman and Brahman. Let us understand a bit more about these 4 quarters. The first quarter relates to the sound A. It is described as the Vishwa at the microcosmic level and Virat at the macrocosmic level. It is the sphere of activity or action, the waking state of consciousness. Symbolically, it has 7 limbs and 19 mouths, and its aim is to just enjoy the gross or sensory objects of the universe. The 7 limbs are head, eye, prana, trunk, bladder, feet, and mouth at the microcosmic level. And these relate to heaven, sun, air, space, water, earth, and fire at the macrocosmic level. The 19 mouths are, as we have already learned in the Tattva Bodha, the 5 sense organs, the 5 action organs, the 5 pranas or energies, and the 4 parts of the Antahakarana, mind, intellect, memory, and ego. So the first quarter is all about the gross body, the senses, and the intellect. The grand spirit is enjoying the gross sensory objects of this world through us. The second quarter relates to the sound U. It is described as Taijasa at the microcosmic level and Hiranyagarbha at the macrocosmic level. It is the dream state of consciousness. Here we are talking about the subtle parts of our existence. It still has the 7 limbs and the 19 mouths, but it is more about the internal world of impressions. It is our deeper mental world, our thoughts, our ideas, feelings, emotions, intentions, our imagination, our dreams and desires. This is why it is called Taijasa, which stands for unrestrained freedom of imagination. In this quarter, you can imagine you're flying, or you can dream about solving a complex mathematical problem, or you can imagine marrying the person you love. The Grand Spirit feels everything we feel and is enjoying our inner lives and is living it through us. The third quarter relates to the sound Ma. It is described as Prajna at the microcosmic level and Ishvara at the macrocosmic level. It is the deep sleep state of consciousness. In this state, there is just ignorance. There is no awareness of the first 2 quarters, the gross and the subtle. It just all merges and becomes one homogeneous mass of consciousness. This state is free from the experience of separation of individuals. All our gross and subtle desires are inactive, but only for some time. When we are awake, then they take over again because of our ignorance. So this state is a temporary relief from the world. When momentarily there is no ignorance, the true knowledge penetrates in and we feel bliss. This is the Ishvara, the Grand Spirit entering in. The Grand Spirit enjoys the bliss through us until we wake up again and ignorance covers our knowledge again. The fourth quarter is called the Turiya state, the state of silence. It is the Atman at the microcosmic level and the Brahman at the macrocosmic level. This state is beyond perception or any transactions, any sense organs, any idea or image. It is basically beyond any worldly description. It is tranquil, unchanging, auspicious, and non-dual. This quarter, Turiya, has no specific qualities that words can describe. Anything we use to describe it will not be enough. That is why the term used for it is neti neti, not this, not this. To give a summary of the meaning of Om. Om stands for the 4 quarters or spheres of consciousness. At the microcosmic level, these 4 quarters are named as Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna and Atman. At the macrocosmic level, these are Virat, Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara and Brahman. The 4 quarters represent the 4 states of consciousness, the waking, the dream, the deep sleep and the Turiya state. The main features of these quarters are: the first one is related to the gross body and sensory objects. The second one relates to the mental thoughts, ideas, dreams and desires. The third one relates to the veil of ignorance, because of which we feel the separation with other individuals and with God. And the fourth one relates to the complete knowledge of Advaita, and it cannot be described in words, and hence it is termed as neti neti, not this, not this. The benefits of our consciousness being in the first quarter is that one will focus and enjoy the fulfillment of gross worldly desires. If the consciousness is in the second quarter, one focuses on and gains superior knowledge. In the third quarter, the focus and benefit is one starts knowing the true self and starts seeing the self in all and all in the self. Finally, if one reaches the fourth quarter of consciousness, everything is merged. That is the state of enlightenment and true self-realization. This realization is I am Atma Brahma. Atman is Brahman. I hope that the next time you meditate, you now know the 4 quarters of consciousness that the Grand Spirit wants you to experience with the mystical cosmic sound of Om. Thank you for joining Indic Atman today. I hope you will join me again for the next video. Until then, stay peaceful, take good care. Tathastu, Namaste.